YouTube? We are back with another episode, and I have been like looking in the archives of like all the interviews I've done on Blog Talk Radio that I didn't post like on my YouTube like in its entirety. So I want to watch some of these interviews. I have like hundreds of like stuff content I did on Blog Talk Radio that I wanted to bring on here and watch it with you guys together. So this, I'll give you a little backstory. Take these glasses off. It's all got fingerprints all over it. I started a show with this guy named Kevin, and me and Kevin, we started it was called the Chicago Snoop. I think it was called the Chicago Scoop. The Chicago Scoop. And that was the show that we had started together. Like I had started and I said, hey, can you do this show with me? He was like, yes. So we did a Blog Talk Radio show because back in that time in Chicago, I was like competing with other shows in Chicago. This guy named Sonny, he had a Blog Talk Radio show. So he had like this competition. So I had launched my own show because I wasn't welcome on the Sonny show. So we booked the interview. Well, I booked the interview with Trina Braxton. And this is like in the beginning stage of Braxton Family Values. So we're going to listen to that interview together. So give me a second. Okay. Where's that? Okay, right here. Ooh.
Okay. So while you try to click her, and I really just want to tell you all that I am so blessed to be alive. Those that follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/The Wiley Show. I was robbed on Wednesday night, and they took my cell phone, they took my wallet, they took my book bag, they took mostly everything. The only thing they didn't take was my life. So I'm so happy and blessed to even be alive, to even speak to you on today. So I'm just so happy. I really thought.
Trina.
Yes, you on?
Yes.
Hey, Trina.
Hi, honey. How are you?
I am great. How are you?
I am fantastic.
Yes, I am so happy to have you on, and thank you for just taking the time out of your busy schedule to even come on the show, on the Chicago Scene Show with me and my co-host, Kevin. Thank you.
Yeah.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Yes. So, the first question I want to ask, you grew up in a big family. How was that growing up with a lot of sisters, with a lot of girls, and only like one brother? How was that growing up?
Okay, first of all, no one should ever feel sorry for my brother because he is a bit of a prankster. Okay, he made life for as hellish as he could. So first, let me start with that one. With all of our sisters, it was fun. And at the same time, we wreaked a lot of havoc on each other. 5 girls, 5 different personalities, very, very strong personalities. And at a certain time of the month, honey, I just don't know how my father and my brother survived. I just don't know how they did it.
Wow. So, growing up, what did you all like get along really well?
We did. But, the crazy thing is, Tamar and I used to spend the most time together. Tony's not a lot older than we are, but she's like 10 years older than Tamar. You know what I mean? So it just kind of made things, difficult for them to hang around. It's 2 sections of us. It's like Tony, Tracy, and my brother. They were like the oldest set, and me, Tawanda, and Tamar were the youngest set. So me, Tawanda, and Tamar are the ones who spent the most time together.
Okay. So, I want the Braxton Family Values, the reality TV show that's out. I want to know, it talked to y'all glanced on about your parents, about the divorce. How did you all deal with that or cope with that once your parents divorced?
We're still coping with it. And it's been a very, very difficult transition because, we grew up our whole lives and we had both of our parents. And then when that was no longer the case, it was very devastating for us. And, when my dad divorced my mom, for a minute, he divorced us too, which made it the most difficult because, it's like my dad is alive, but yet at the same token, I don't see him. I don't talk to him. It made it very, very difficult for us, especially for girls, because we were all daddy's girls.
So did the divorce affect your marriage? Of how do you see marriage? Did it affect that?
You know what? It really, really does. It honestly does. Let me tell you what. I figured if my father can cheat, no man is exempt from cheating. I mean, he was our daddy. He was the first man in our lives. And, we held him on a really, really, really high pedestal. And for that to happen, it was just, and then to have, infidelity in my own marriage. And I'm just like, just what? Just what? Do I stay and accept it? Or do I give another chance? Do I take what we learned, growing up as preachers' kids and say, hey, forgive him? What did you do? And, I've been in the valley of decision with that now for a really long time because I don't want my kids to have to go through that separation again with divorce.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. I'm so when you said that, that's what I was saying. Because when I say Braxton family values, your husband made a comment. I see why your father like your mother, and I can see why because I'm with you. Do you feel that you have the same actions like your mom? Do you act like your mom in your marriage?
We're all products of our environment, and of course, there are going to be some attributes that you take from either parent. And sometimes I do see some of my mother in me. I do sometimes wish I had her strength because my mother's a very, very strong woman. And, maybe daddy couldn't deal with mommy because she wouldn't accept certain things, including his infidelity, and decided she wanted to leave and divorce him. Maybe he's still upset about that. You never know.
Yeah. So let's talk about your career.
Okay.
Trina, Meet the Browns. You were in that.
Yes.
Tell the people, how was that experience? When someone said, "Oh my gosh, she looks familiar," they said, "That's Trina Braxton." So how was that experience being, being in that stage play?
It is super fun. I'm telling you right off the bat. I enjoyed that experience immensely, and I would do it again. I would absolutely do it again. It's just one thing to be able to
get that.
Actually, I was in another play. It was called Rise, because that's what's up. It was with Cheryl, from Salt and Pepper, and Play, Christopher from Kid and Play.
Okay.
And Tyler was in the audience. Yes, I was part of that. Tyler Perry was in the audience. And he asked me to come in and audition for Meet the Browns. And that's how that happened.
And you love that. So Tyler Perry, how is it working with you?
Tyler is, and say it again?
Yeah, I was listening to you. You said Tyler Perry.
Tyler is an exceptional playwright. He is a wonderful human being. He's a very, very nice person. He does not play when it comes to business, but that is why he is as successful as he is today. I love him. If he says, Trina, I would be like, yes, before he got the question out. Trina, can you guess?
Oh, wow. I'm so happy because when I see you in that, I was so happy because, people talk about Toni Braxton, but I have seen you on that, that play, and I said she's finally, building up a career, trying to get out of that shadow because, some people will have that shadow, you're Toni Braxton's sister, everybody look at Toni Braxton, but you've made some wonderful accomplishments.
Thank you.
But also in your life, you did some things, the DUI, you had got arrested for that, and that was on Braxton Family Values. How did that go about? Why? How did you, get that? Or why did you get that?
I got it because I was drinking and driving. Plain and simple.
So do you consider yourself, with drinking?
Say it again?
Do you love drinking? Is that something that you love to do?
No, nobody loves drinking. Well, I mean, some people might, I don't know. Well, I enjoy a party and I enjoy a drink, but it's a television show. And, when you consider editing in the cutting room floor, of course, certain things are going to be exacerbated, to highlight a certain personality or whatever the case may be.
Right.
At the time that I got my DUI, my husband and I, we were in a very, very bad place. And I self-medicated. I'm not sure if it was because I was embarrassed and I didn't want to go to anybody and I didn't want to talk to anybody. But that's the worst thing you can do, is to not talk to somebody and not let people in who want to help you. That's what my sisters were trying to do for me, and I shut them out. And the spiral was just going so quickly downward. I was faced in a situation where I drank too much and got behind the wheel. And at first I was embarrassed about it. I really, really was. I was like, oh my God, I got arrested. I got a DUI. But you know what? No one is exempt. No one is exempt from that happening to them. And I would, instead of being embarrassed, I would now use that to tell somebody, do not drink and drive. If you need help, talk to somebody. Because don't be embarrassed. It has to start somewhere. Talk to somebody.
Do you still drink a lot?
Not a lot, but do I still drink? Yes.
Yeah.
I sure do. I enjoy a glass of wine, honey.
At the show, it's like you were drinking, and then they would ask questions about different liquors. You would give a history on it. I'm like, wow, so she really know her liquor. And that's wrong with that. You know how to handle it.
Now,
So,
see?
Katrina, how are you currently loving ATL?
I love Atlanta, and I'm gonna tell you what. If I had anywhere to move,
And let me tell
Atlanta.
y'all, we were so dry in this interview as we were nervous. I was so nervous. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was just asking a question like, how did you get a DUI? You know, I'm a little seasoned now, but I cannot believe I asked you to Rax about her DUI. I can't believe I answered that. Oh my gosh. Wow. I am so glad so let me continue to play this. So good mornings, everybody that's going to see this and those that's going to watch the replay. Oh my gosh.
In my top 2 places. Absolutely. I love Atlanta. I love Georgia.
So where are you currently located now?
In Georgia.
In Georgia?
In Georgia.
Okay.
Oh.
So the show is filmed in LA, right?
Sometimes LA, sometimes here in Atlanta. It's almost 50-50.
50-50. They finished the season for this season, or are you back recording now?
No, we are still filming. We're still filming. Well into the season, we'll probably still be filming.
Okay.
We like to give y'all real reality, honey.
Yeah, you do. I mean, y'all was doing it. I've seen some things that I've never known about the sisters. We've seen Tamar come out. We've seen Trina. You really have like, oh my God. And it's like, you're such beautiful, and you really, I really love that about the show. And also what I love about the show that you all plan on getting back together is that final, do y'all have a contract signing? Because is the Braxton's going to come out with the inspirational album, gospel album that you all talking about in season 1?
You're not going to get me to give you a spoiler.
Okay, I would like to.
Yeah, I remember this. Oh my gosh. Oh, this go way back when they was like doing the sisters like debating on getting the album, but I just had some like trigger me with this interview to even like look at the difficulties like what Tamar currently like going through. And she's definitely like in my prayers. But I remember we reached out to like Trina for this interview, and it was a beautiful interview. And I cannot believe I asked her that. She's like, "You're not gonna give me a spoiler?" Oh my God, I haven't listened to this over 8. It's been 8 years ago since this interview. Wow, I didn't seem that long. I haven't listened. This is my first time in a long time listening to this in entirety. So wow.
Oh, I would like to know, but if you all gonna do more singing in season 2?
We're still singing. We are a singing family. I don't think there's any way we can get past it. So we're always going to gather around and sing.
Mm-hmm. Is it even going to be a time where Trina and Braxton come out with a solo album?
Well, that's discussed in season 2.
Okay. All right. Watch out, Beyonce.
November. I'm not a Beyonce contract. I love Beyonce. I think Beyonce is very, 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 very talented. We just have different styles.
Right.
But you almost got me. You almost got me. I'm not gonna do it. You got to watch season 2. You almost had me caught up. You almost had me caught up, honey.
Yes, I just really just.
And wow, this was like doing season 2. Like, oh my gosh. Wow, I cannot believe. Wow, like yes, I remember I asked her that about her music. Okay, and she said she didn't want to say, and then it came out that she did have an album come out.
It's like, come on. So like, what is going to air? What is season 2 going to air?
November 10th.
That's one day before my birthday. Okay.
Well, happy birthday. Well, you should call me back so I can wish you happy birthday.
Yes, like I can't believe that. That was like season 2. Like, what? I don't know how I got this interview. I think I just asked, and the Bible said ask, and you know, it's just knocking, the door should be open, ask and you shall receive. Like I just put it out there. I was a no big fan base. And never sell yourself short, believe in yourself, and just ask. They can either say yes or they can say no. And wow, that was like doing season 2, and like a decade later, wow. Go ahead, Trina.
I'll believe you. I will.
Okay.
So I'm here. The reason why I found out about the show is through the Scorpion Show. And those who don't know their YouTube show, and I hear that you are a big friend, you are fans and friends with them, with Mikhail
Yes.
and Kevin. So
Yes.
how did you come about finding them and working with them?
Well, you know, it was one day, Tamar and I, we were just looking at the internet. We were on the phone and on the computers, and she was like, Trina, have you heard of that thing called Scorpion? I said, no. She said, click on it right now. And we watched the show together on the internet, and we passed out laughing. Do you hear me? I almost coughed up a lung. And, you know, and Tamar was like, Trina, are you thinking what I'm thinking? I said, absolutely. And we got in contact with them, and we've been friends ever since.
Hey, yeah, I see it because when I send y'all videos, y'all, they always talk about Tamar. They always talk about you. They always talk about Tony, Taronda. I got to keep forgetting because there's a lot of T's.
And Tracy.
It's like, yeah, and Tracy. And it's just like, so.
Yeah, so this was like, wow, this is when I first started interviewing people. Like, or a celebrity. Like, I think she was like my first celebrity interview, which was Trina Rexon. Yeah, she was my first one. So I just got started. Somebody said, dude, you don't know how to interview, period. Like, this is like not my best work, but I did it. But experience, if I were to do that Trina Braxton interview today, it will be so much better than 8+ years ago, than, you know, the many years ago. So yeah, it ain't my best work. Okay. So I would give you that. What's that person name? NYC OG.
With your sister, Toni Braxton, how is it growing up when you had to deal with her celebrity status, with her being a big star that she is? How was it coping with that?
Well, for us, she's always Toni Braxton, the sister, not Toni Braxton, the star. Even though she is a star, and she is a superstar to us, she's more a sister. I mean, we know what she looks like, you know, when all the makeup's off. You know, we're people that she calls when she's having problems. You know what I mean? So we know her on a personal and intimate level. So it's kind of hard to say, how do you feel about her as a superstar, outside of the fact that we're proud of her and her accomplishments. But to us, she's just Toni.
Just Toni.
Yeah.
She just wow. Borrowing our shoes. She still borrows shoes. She still borrows purses.
They ask that because sometimes people will get this, you know how society will get, they're jealous of Toni, they're living up on Toni, and y'all don't look at her as a superstar. So I'm glad you clarified that, because I was reading a lot of online. You know, you can't believe what's online. So
you really can't. You really can't.
Yeah, and I'm just so happy to hear from you. So with you.
We was curious, you know, like, how did you get into the acting field? Because we noticed that you got your bachelor's in science, so we know that you like a smart young lady, and we just wanted to know, like, how did you get crossed over to the acting field from bachelor's in science?
I've been acting for a second, actually. I went to acting school maybe a good 10 years ago. I've done. Let me see, I've done 5 stage plays. I've done 3 independent films. I actually did the pilot show for UPN, had this Urban Idol. It was kind of like American Idol, but it was like Urban Idol. I was the host. No, honestly, seriously, I was the host for that show. Let me see. I mean, I don't want to be a trumpet and just start toot. Wow.
That's all your titles. You gotta let people know.
Yeah, so you know, I got a little something.
Okay. So my question is, you know, me and my colleagues, we're just wondering when you're gonna like invite us to Atlanta to hang out with you.
When you coming to Atlanta?
Well, we're planning on coming soon, and that's when you're free for us, so we can hang out.
When you come to Atlanta, you call Tay when you get to Atlanta, and we'll go out for a drink. How's that?
Was I 21 when the interview came out?
All right. And you can give me some pointers on how to make it in the business.
You know what? You're so crazy. Well, you know what? I'm going to say something about what you said earlier. When you talk about my bachelor's degree and I've been in acting and all that kind of good stuff. Mm-hmm. I just want to clarify a few things. I enjoy having a drink. I honestly do. However, I'm a very professional person. No, I'm being really serious. I'm a very, very professional person. When I go to work and I'm on stage and I'm with my band and I'm acting and I'm doing, all these different things I'm doing, I don't drink while I'm working. Okay. And I think that's important for people to know because you have to separate it. You have to on the show. But I'm a very professional person. I'm a very professional woman, and the only reason why I was able to obtain that success is because I don't drink while I'm working.
Right. Okay. I love the fact when I seen on the show the band and your sister were saying that you was like a background singer. So to clarify on the show, on that particular day they went to see you with the band, you say you were just singing background. You sing lead sometimes in the band that you do have.
Right, it's a band. In any band, there's sometimes leading and sometimes you sing in the background. Let's look at Destiny's Child. Does everybody sing lead every time, every song? No. Sometimes they do wop, bop, bop, and as Tim always say. Other times they forefront in the lead. That's just the way it's a band. Look at the Spice Girls. Sometimes you sing lead, sometimes you're not. It's called a band.
Right. And is it wrong for people look down on background singers? But can you say background singers make nice piece of money? Would you say
they sure do?
Okay. Because a lot of people think being background singers you ain't making them, but they make nice piece of money.
Background singers carry the show.
Well, they don't carry the show, but they help, make it a little better. But they don't. But let me tell you something. Don't sleep on the whole background singing industry, though. Number one, you can make a decent living being a background singer. Number two, I think Tamar is passionate about do wop bop bop, and it's only because she would rather be in the front. But there is nothing wrong with being a background singer. Background singers make the world go round. And I'm gonna tell you, Saida Garrett started out as a background singer.
Okay. Yeah.
Trey Lorenz.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Trey? What's his name?
We don't know those people's names, so you can just clearly say, we were really nervous. I was shocked. I wasn't prepared. I was a little prepared for it. As personality-wise, I was not there. But I was so new to this, I didn't know what it was to do a show. I just started a show because someone, his name was Sonny Monroe, and he had a show in Chicago on Blog Talk Radio, and he had a show in the community, and I said I want to start a show, and and bring it on the show and have this conversation. So here I am. So I'm gonna play a little bit piece of this and continue to get my commentary on this because that was my first celebrity interview, which was Trina Braxton. She wasn't my only one, but she was my first one.
I don't keep us Trey Songz?
Yeah.
No. Trey. Not Trey Songz.
I don't.
He was
know.
backgrounding for Mariah Carey and all. Yes, honey.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I don't keep up with the background singers. That's why I'm trying to be more educated about the background singers.
Give me just one moment.
But yeah, we are currently talking to Trina Braxton, and she is giving us, insight about her life, the background singer, her sisters, and everything. So make sure y'all tweet about it. Come on, because we have Trina Braxton. I'm so happy right now. I can shout.
Go and shout.
Hi.
I said, go and shout. I'll shout with you.
All right. Because I see y'all know how to shout. Y'all got a church back there. Your Bob's church.
Oh, gosh. I cannot believe I did this interview.
So, do you have any more questions, Trina?
Thanks, Trina. We just really want to thank you for coming on the show today. And why don't you tell everybody when Braxton Family Values come back on Week TV?
Yes. Absolutely. I'm sorry. I'm looking at tweet while we're doing this. And somebody told me correction, Trina. Correct me. Beyonce sang 99.5% of Destiny Child as lead. LMFAO. And what's her name? What? Simply Aiko, Braxton Montana. And she is right. Yes, Beyonce sang most of the leads. Yes, she did. But every once in a while, Kelly and Michelle got up there.
Right. They would come around, hit a couple of C notes, and take over.
And I want to give a shout out to all my boom booms on Twitter. Hey, my boom booms! I love you guys a whole bunch.
I'm so happy. I'm your biggest boom boom.
Thank you, baby.
I'm so happy.
You guys are great.
I'm so glad you clarified some stuff, because people think background singers ain't nothing, but come on now, background singers was hot, and then a lot of background singers break out to be big stars, like you said. Someone just tweeted me about Trey. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Was Mariah Carey's background singer. But thank you so very much. But before
if I could do this interview all over again, oh my God, I will have more energy. I would go get me a USB mic because I was on the phone. I didn't know anything about hooking up to a computer. I just like Blog Talk because you could just have your phone and you could just call in. And of course, we'll chop this up and put in clips. I'm just doing this like for YouTube, just so y'all get for that. Of course, I'm gonna put like different clips. It's gonna be great. You know, I'm gonna do that for my IG. But I came up on here and did it for this way, so it could be live and I can ad lib. And give you history. But if I could do this interview all over, I would be more energy and not too much dead air. You know what I'm saying? Now it's not like that. It flows. Like the interviews are like popping now because I've been doing this shit for how long I've been doing this? Like blogging. Give me a second. Let me hello. I'm gonna count real quick. Let me see how long. Yeah, I've been blogging almost over 10 years now, like 10 years. I would say about a decade. I've been like interviewing and blogging probably a little longer than that, but I would say like 10 years. Being better and more consistent with my work the last, 2 years. So, since 2018, I would say I've been a little bit more consistent. It's way more entertaining than when I first started, but I'm glad I interviewed Trina though. Let me put a little bit more of this because I fucked up in one of this piece, but here we go. I think I did, if I'm not mistaken.
You are so welcome.
Out. Hi. You said something?
I said you're welcome.
Oh yeah. Thank you again. I was just happy to have you, but before you leave, I just want you. Is it something that you just want to tell your fans that you never told them before, like an exclusive on this show that you always want to get off your chest? What is that?
Ooh, you got time? I might need a coach for that one. Something to get off my chest.
Okay. You flying down that first class.
Baby, okay, I get it now. I try to be so deep. And I'm not laughing. I'm trying to be all serious. And I was like so nervous. Oh my God. I want you to get some off your chest. Like, I can't believe I asked her that question, but okay, continue. Oh, I didn't know nothing. But we will be having some clips. We'll be posting some clips soon.
My fans, I love you guys so much. You have no idea. I wake up every morning and I look forward to hearing from my boom booms on Twitter. I honestly do. And I do my own tweets when I tell you guys I love you and I add you and all that kind of stuff. Y'all probably didn't know that, did y'all know? See?
A lot of people didn't even know you was going to be on the show. They're like, oh, you lying. You ain't going to get Trina Braxton. You lying.
Why? I'm going to tell you what, I'm one of the most down-to-earth people you'd ever meet in your whole entire life.
Right. And I remember that because they were like dragging me in Chicago. You ain't got no Trina Braxton. Where? You can't get no, you ain't got like, they were like literally like dragging me. How they drag me now. Don't nobody watching your show boring. And it did live up to being boring. Because I was so extremely dry in this episode. So they used to call me bored. Oh, child, I could be here all day. They used to drag me. And I used to doubt myself and let that listen. But now I got much, much better. Got a lot of more work to do, but it ain't damn sure ain't like it was when I was 20. I was what? Yeah, I was 20 years old when that interview came out. Because I didn't turn 21 until like November 11th, 2011. All right, let me play a little bit more of this.
And you,
I never meet a stranger.
Mm-hmm. And I'm so happy that you do that, because I've seen celebrities VJ Twitter, they have somebody else to do it, but you actually does it, and that's great.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you what, my boom boom, they already know though. I love the Smurfs.
Okay.
No, I have a problem. I have a Smurf lunchbox, and I have a Smurf tote bag, and a plush Smurf, and a little Smurf house with all the little blue Smurfs on it.
That's me.
You think you have, bro? I think it's cute.
Yeah.
Thank you. Smurf that.
Oh my God, you're my grandma in the background. Oh, that triggered me. Okay. I will put it. Every time I be interviewing somebody, my kid, like grandma, I'm interviewing. Yeah, every time she could be knocked out, sleep. But soon I'm doing a show, she wake up, she want me to do something. I'm interviewing China Boxing. Oh, y'all probably didn't hear her, but I heard her, and I'm like, oh Lord. Let me put a little bit more.
Okay.
Even the Smurf was a hoe. And I didn't know that until I saw the movie.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know why Smurfette is not a sister? Gargamel made Smurfette to entice the Smurfs. Did you know that?
No, we didn't.
No, I didn't know that.
See?
I thought she was a sister. I thought they was all related.
I didn't know what the Smurfs. I didn't know none of that. I was in the church, and I started a show, and I didn't know nothing about that. Let me play a little bit more. Oh my gosh.
Nope. She was made by Gargamel to entice the little baby blue Smurfs, and then Papa Smurf put a spell on her to make her not bad anymore. That's what happened. That's your Smurf history.
I didn't know that. I just learned the whole history lesson. Look at you. You try to teach me. Yeah, I'm so happy. Like, one thing that I do admire about you also is that you speak Spanish. You speak another language.
A little something.
I just want to know, like, how did you cope with just doing two languages? Like, do your sisters get mad when you say something in Spanish and they don't understand it? Because I know one time when you was at Tamar House, she said, "Oh, no speaking in Spanish because I don't understand it."
Isn't that the craziest thing in the world?
It is.
Let me tell you about my sisters. My sisters, they don't like it when I speak Spanish, like around them, because they don't understand. However, when we get around other people that speak in Spanish, Him will be like, "I know they talk about me. What they saying, Trina? What they saying? What they saying?" I thought you didn't want me to speak Spanish.
Okay, I have a question. Can you sing in Spanish?
I can.
Can you drop a little something for us exclusively?
I sure no. I'll do another time, and I'll sing "Como la Flor" for you guys another time. I love that song. From Selena.
That's Selena.
I love Selena.
Yeah.
I used to love Selena.
You did.
I did.
Why you don't love her?
Oh Lord, this is the part. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I remember this. Oh gosh, oh Lord, this is the most embarrassing part of this interview. Let me just go ahead and play. I don't even want to replay it. Well, let me play it.
She passed away, honey.
I know she did, but still you supposed to say,
I don't know. I'm like, where's she at? I could believe that. Oh, with her. That would be, yeah, very interesting. I could not believe she had brought up Selena. I'm like, oh, where is she? Like, yeah. Oh my God. Like, what happened? Like, where's she at? Oh, she passed away. I should have known that she had passed. I was not prepared. Oh, out of my entire as embarrassing questions and moments. That was an embarrassing moment for me. Very on the air. Oh my god, I never probably forget that day, that moment.
Watch the story.
Yeah, I did watch the movie. But I'm saying you told me
J-Lo was
like
in that movie. Of course, I watched the movie.
yeah, I love her.
And my co-host, he was so younger than me.
Come up with that album, Trina.
He was like
you need to
17
tell
or
people
18.
when you gonna release it and what record label.
I was like 20.
Y'all have to watch season 2.
Okay,
you keep trying to get me to spoil stuff, but I'm not going to.
Oh wow, okay. But I just really want to know, is the Scorpion show pretty much going to be on this season? Because like y'all should at least let them like open the door for y'all or something. Like, you know, is they going to be on this season? Yes or no? You don't have to give details.
Is what going to happen on it?
Is the Scorpion show, Kevin and McHale, is they going to be on the show in the second season?
Kevin made a little cameo.
Oh, he did?
Yes.
Okay. Y'all didn't call me, so I'm hurt.
Don't be hurt, boom boom. I still love you.
I know.
She was a good sport.
Yeah.
I thank Trina, and this is why I respect her, and I will be reaching out because she was a good sport in this interview. We were not prepared. I was just, I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared. But she was a good sport. OMG. Everybody that I criticize people for like the generous panel and stuff, this definitely is that moment where and then like this wasn't my best work. It wasn't. It wasn't. I will agree. Let me play a little bit more of this.
Anyway, King, so happy again to have you on the show, and I have all the questions that I wanted to ask you, and I just got it out, and I just thank you. Is there something else that you want to tell the people, like your information, so they can learn more about Trina Braxton?
This season, my new website is coming up. Everybody talks about my website so bad the first season, I just stopped going on it. So we're recreating a whole new website. It's still going to be TrinaBraxton.com, but it has to, we got to fix it on up because I can't have my boom booms talking about me like that no more. Y'all get me real dirty talking about my website.
Promote when the new season is coming on WeTV.
Yeah. All right, my boom booms. Thanks for tweeting with me and listening, and don't forget to watch WeTV November 10th. Braxton Family Values. See you there, boom boom.
All right.
Thanks, Trina.
All right, darlings. I'll talk to you guys next time.
Bye.
Okay, now.
Okay, bye.
I'm so happy she was on the air. That was Trina Braxton. We're so happy to have her on. But the show is not over. We have another guest that's going to be on that we're going to be interviewing. We have Jamal, let's be for real, Green. He is a YouTuber. He is one of the youngest Chicago, youth leaders, March youth leaders in the city. So
and
done a lot of
don't
work.
forget to tell him that he was our theme song. He's our theme song.
And also,
that's Jamal Green. So, and I actually interviewed Jamal Green. I got to get him back on the show. So I thank you so much for the Trina Braxton piece. Like, I love that, but it wasn't my best work, but I'm glad she came on the show. It's a very teachable moment. I can look back and I can laugh at moments and work at it. And with Jamal Green, I actually interviewed him. I'm gonna have to like fast forward and see when his segment come on. Because we had a conversation, and this was before he ran for mayor. This was, I don't even think he was 18 years old, because I was 20. He had to have been like 17 or 18 or 16. He was young. But anywho, I had interviewed him, and he this before he was like this big activist. Now he's all on television, and oh my gosh, love them heart colors. Yeah. So when I look at this moment, when I play those clips, I do it. I'm not doing it like for clicks and views or like for people to like tune in. I'm doing it as a teachable moment because I'm transitioning to like greater and bigger things for the show. So I'm going back to my past of the things that I've had, who I've interviewed, and the conversations that I've had. So, and it's a lot of content I have on Blog Talk Radio that some of y'all never heard. Most of y'all never heard of that interview that I interviewed with Trina. Um, but I didn't do my best work. Do my best work with that interview. I didn't. With that interview, I could have done much, way much, but I didn't know. I didn't know. I really, really did not know about that. This is before I even Tamar like becoming this big star. Like this is when they were coming up. This is they were going to season 2 of Braxton Family Values. So yeah, I'm just excited for the future of the show, and it's going to be many other memories that I have of interviewing. This is like before I did like YouTube. I was just on Blog Talk Radio. I see Lovely T was on Blog Talk Radio. A lot of these people that you all see now, they had Blog Talk Radio shows, and it was really hard to tap into Blog Talk Radio. It was very challenging to garner an audience. I don't know how people did it. Yes, you are, Riley. You came so far. It probably yes, and I'm glad that I did come this far. And yeah, so I had to have that conversation. Now we will be back in about 20 or 30 minutes because I got to get into some celebrity gossip piece because somebody I got to drag because they got something and it looked like because they ain't listen. So we're going to talk into that. So I want to thank all y'all for coming over for the show. Make sure y'all thumbs up and comment. We are really close to 11,000 subscribers. So please, yeah, the interview was 10 years ago. Sunday's time was 10 years ago, but it seems that go way almost about 10 years ago. That interview was that came out. Yeah, almost about 10 years ago. That was a decade ago where we interviewed when we interviewed Trina Braxton. So when people talk about us, like we have a resume, and I talk about my accomplishment of who I've interviewed as often or play it. So a lot of people think I just started doing YouTube or I just started this blog or stuff. No, some of your faves I've seen before they became household name. Which one could I think of? Kid Fury. I remember him. We used to be go back and forth on Twitter way back in the day before he got quote unquote famous, and like this household name. But Kid Furby, he continued. He never stopped. He never stopped. So yeah, I do remember. The only regret that I have, I can turn back to time, is to keep that consistency. Like now that I talk to new people now, I tell them, baby, you be consistent every day. Don't stop. Don't stop. All right. So that was that. So I will see you all. They said Wiley go to sleep. Why would I need to go to sleep and I slept yesterday? I slept all day yesterday. I'm gonna go back and do another video. What I look like going to sleep and I slept the entire day yesterday. I'm gonna do another video. They said Wiley go to sleep. No, I don't do that. I just work. I'm at home. Like I ain't gotta go to work or nothing. So I have all this energy. Oh, before I even go, I use my air fryer. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I had bought this T-bone steak from Target and I seasoned them things up and I put it in that air fryer. When I tell you that the juices, I never had meat taste so good ever. And I it's just so the juices, like, oh my God, it is so delicious. It is so good. Like I highly suggest people should get an air fryer. So when I got an air fryer, I was like, "Woo, that air fryer was off the chain." And I never had like T-bone steak before. I never had T-bone steak in my life. So that was my first time last night tasting eating T-bone, steak, and I put it in there and it was good. The juices and ooh wee. I said, what? So we had that. So I will be back with another video. I want to thank y'all, the crew that came through today. Shout out to y'all. I never seen Chase before. Welcome, Chase. But Chase said Wiley go to sleep. So what up, Casey? I seen you before. Just lovely. Marlena. Sunday. When Sunday come. Mouth open. Who else up in here? That's about it. That's up in the chat. Shout out to y'all and just love you. You know, y'all been following me. This is what let me like your core, like your heart, like your core fans or supporters, producers, come through the chat. So we want to thank all of y'all that came in and watched the interview. I'm just going back memory lane, you know, just chit chatting with y'all and talking, because I wanted to put that out. They said I didn't know you could put a T-bone in the air. Yes, you could put a T-bone steak in there. I did. It was good. Somebody said, Wiley, when you come to New York City, I got you. Thank you, Marlena. Somebody said, greetings, everyone. Greetings to you, TR News and Reviews. S. Jones Morning. So I'll be back with another video. So if y'all came late, y'all can go and rewind the tape and listen to that interview that I did with Trina Braxton. That was like a decade ago. I was just kidding. We live. LOL. Yes, just kidding. Yeah. It's okay because like people be telling me go to bed, child. I've been sleeping all day. That's all I was doing, sleeping. I'm about to go ahead and get this thumbnail together and do this celebrity gossip because I'm gonna have to probably drag somebody. Um, yeah, definitely gonna definitely do this. I had to get somebody together because I ain't playing no games with these people. Thank y'all so very much. I'm gonna go back with an I'll be back with another video. If you want to be notified when I go live, let me show y'all. This is the text message. You will never miss a notification if you text the number, and I will text it you the link when we go live. So we'll be back with another video after this. Peace. Go to bed, Wiley.